Pull up a stool and pour yourself a pint as you're about to join three intrepid drinkers, Kevin, Justin, and Mark, as they embark on another Beertastic.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Beertastic Voyage. My name's Kevin.
I'm Mark.
I'm Justin.
We're here with live studio audience member Carrick today. That's right. Mark's little boy is hanging out with us. He's chewing on a bottle opener.
He's chewing on the bottle opener that we won from the Blue Point 21st birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So
I stand by my assertions earlier.
yeah. So if you hear some interesting sounds, just say hi to the tiny one in your head.
Exactly.
Today we are going to be drinking beers from a variety of places, all from the South, so Texas and Arizona and all over that way, as Superfan Jack has once again come through with more beers.
We gotta buy him a cape.
Yeah, absolutely.
We gave him a hat.
We did give a hat,
I know, but seriously.
but a cape maybe that says Superfan on it.
Yeah.
So there are beers from The Wilderness. One is a collaboration of The Wilderness and another company,
Modern times.
Modern Times. One is from The Shot Beer Company, and another one is from Blue Owl Brewing.
See, you probably said it like that when you said it before, and I didn't hear it. You probably were like, Blue Owl.
No, you
I
said
know.
The Wilderness 14 times and you didn't hear us.
Oh.
So there's a variety of stuff. The one is called Tropic Like It's Hot. We have a Hazy India.
I'm sorry. It's tropical. It's hot.
Yeah, I still, as we record, I am still congested. It has not lasted for the 6 weeks, hopefully, in between when these come out. But but I can't really make that noise right now. This one is like I said, it's a collaboration between The Wilderness and what was the other one you said, Mark?
Modern times.
Modern Times is one of my favorites.
And I'm very much looking forward to the one from called Admiral Gravitas, which is a sour imperial oatmeal stout.
Yeah, that was the one from
Are you
Blue
trying to
Owl.
open
When
the wall?
I looked at Blue Owl's website, one of their top menu items was sour mashing. So this is probably a sour mash project. Okay. That's enough effect. It's enough toddler effect.
There you go.
Especially for my dome.
Yeah. So we got a dry hop, lemon drop, and citra, which is fun because that's one of those hops that I just mentioned.
Right.
Lemon drop. And just in the last episode that we recorded, which was our Black
Which was
Friday,
3 weeks. No, 5 weeks ago.
5 weeks ago when listening to this.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We've got a hazy IPL. We've got the sour, and the hot one is what is this one? Yeah, what kind is this? It's a very hard label to read.
I'm pretty sure it's a NIPA.
Yeah, it's got to be
Okay.
the one IPA.
So,
Yeah, that's a terrible idea.
we're trying, guys. We're trying, but wonderful Amy is here to the rescue to
wanna go,
take
Mama?
the wee one.
That was amazing. His accuracy is pretty stellar, though.
All right.
Get a foil.
Bye,
in his hand.
guys.
See you later,
Get a
bud.
foil in his hand.
There
His
you go.
accuracy was pretty incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was swinging it with his left hand, so
Ooh.
there you go. All right. So, do we want to start with? I would say we leave the sour and the tart saison towards the end.
I agree.
So, I guess we're going to start with the
Let's Tropic Like It's Hot.
Tropic Like It's Hot.
Hot.
Tropic Like It's
I
Hot.
don't like it when you make that face. I gotta tell you.
Like,
when you look,
feel something weird in your pants.
yeah, it's the part of the Palooza from the previous episode, I imagine.
The Palooza Fest always goes on. That never ends.
Yeah. Oh man.
So this can is interesting. It's got this this weird pattern going on, but it makes a terrible font choice. It makes it impossible to read.
It's also frozen.
Yes.
It was in the back of the fridge.
Ooh.
I took them out, okay? Like, they did get a chance to warm up some.
The aroma is outstanding. Tropic Like It's Hot is, that's the aroma, basically.
Like it's hot.
I'm really glad you used the pop filter to hide your mouth from that one. That's what really freaked me out the most. Mark's broken. That's what Bourbon County and Black Friday does.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is really citrusy. Very, very hoppy. Very a hop citrus flavor, like the citrus flavor that you get from certain hops is real, like you would from Citra and other ones like that. Like that's really the flavor that comes through on it. And Not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad that's extra cold.
I really enjoy it quite a bit. Oddly enough, maybe it's just because it's a counterpoint to the heavy stuff we had before. I'm not sure, but the lemon drop, like the fact that there's lemon drop in it.
No, that's not.
No, that's not this one.
No, that's the tart saison has a lemon drop.
This one has it does still have a sort of lemony quality, but not the sharpness of a lemon. More just the kind of tad bit of like a little bit of acidity, but not all of it.
Right. I like that there's a little bit of acid in there. I like that you have the citrus flavors. It's pretty clean, though. It doesn't really feel like it's clinging onto you in any way, so I like that. Mark, have you had
this? This is a triple milkshake IPA.
Triple milkshake.
With toasted coconut, grilled pineapple, vanilla, and lactose.
Interesting.
Well, that's the lactose is probably what rounds it out really nicely for me. It's oddly enough, it doesn't have. I mean, I guess it's on the lower end. It says triple. What's the ABV on this?
10-1.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I would never have guessed that.
So Jack's notes on that.
There's a whole bunch of lyrics on here too, but again, because it's white lettering on pale yellow, I can't actually read all of it to spite Justin.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So,
but it definitely just go drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Really? Yeah. Oh my god.
So while Justin looks at that, I'll tell you what Jack's notes on it were. This beer was a collaborative effort with our great friends at Hoppy Craftsman and our collective social media followers who source names, style, and ingredients. In conclusion, the idea that was crowdsourced was a triple milkshake IPA using Apollo, Citra, Mandarina Bavaria, and Pacifica hops, along with lactose, toasted coconut, pineapple, and vanilla. In conclusion, final product ended up absolutely delicious and is 10.1 ABV and 35 IBUs. Wow.
Okay, I can read this, but
all of it?
Yeah, but
I think you have more light than I do over here, so that probably helps.
I can't do it justice, but what I am going to do is type it up, and I will challenge Mark to record it and use it as the social media for this episode.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen unless it happens right now.
Okay, well, I'll type it up right after this. We'll try to make this happen. We'll figure it out. But needless to say, they do actually have, like, essentially
2 verses.
They had to drop it like a top song in a couple of verses. It's pretty inventive.
So, did you try the beer, Mark?
I did.
What are your thoughts on the beer? Because I would not paint you to like this, but
yeah, it's like I don't hate it, but it's a little too. I'm maybe pithy. I don't know if pithy is the right word, but it's just a little too much for me as far as enjoyment of citrus flavor.
I can understand that. I think it's pretty good. As I've always want to do, I want to pair it with what food I would eat it with, and I think this with some nice tacos, nice hot tacos would go really well.
Taco.
You get that nice spicy taco. You get a good crisp citrus flavor.
Something
to go with
fatty,
it.
like a pork or like a carnitas taco.
Yeah, I think with like some carnitas or something like that. Like, there's some linga,
some barbacoa.
We're hungry, obviously.
Clearly.
That I think that would. I think a beer like this would pair well with food along those lines, and and that's what I would want to have this. This is not the kind of beer that I would go, oh, I'm just going to have one of these.
No.
I think this would have to be something that I pair with food.
I agree. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, especially because of the alcohol quantity.
Yeah, the alcohol quantity. Like, I am really surprised. I was
shocked.
Like, wow, I did not expect to be getting a milkshake IPA at 10%.
It's a bit much in the citrus category for me.
Yeah.
I like it. Especially to have a taste of it. Like if this were something like a can that was kind of passed around and shared with a bunch of people, like almost like at an event or something.
Yeah.
Like what we're doing, or even more people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like having a quick ounce of it.
Right.
I really appreciate that ounce, and I think it's a super well made beer. But it's not something I'm drinking that can. By the end of the can, I think I'm going to kind of be like, I'm definitely over this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's either like the bitterness needs to come down a little bit, or like the hop character needs to come down a little bit.
That's funny. I don't get a lot of bitterness. I get a lot of that pith citrus.
Yeah, I know, but like it's only 35 IBUs, which isn't that much. But between the pithiness and then also the background bitterness, like that, I think that's what exactly the reason why you're like, drinking the whole can would be too much.
Yeah, I agree, and I think those sharp. And I think going with like what I said before, like when you pair it with food,
Yeah,
like,
or right,
those
exactly. So
that would round it
having
out
it with a
little bit.
meal so that you're only taking a couple of sips in
Right.
between bites of food, so
Yeah,
that you're not overloading your palate with it.
Right, and I think that would do well to cut through that residual fattiness and stuff like that. So
Definitely.
for me, I think the pint is perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a pint, and it's kind of gonna stay there. I don't think I would go. I probably wouldn't go back for a second.
Yeah, I agree. It would be a pint. I mean, I could see myself if I was doing a long night of drinking, like maybe going back to it with a friend. But just to clean the palate, but it's not going to be a staple.
It would be a good change of pace beer too. If like we have been drinking heavier beers,
Right.
to kind of change pace and say, okay, I'm going to go to this, to maybe now start drinking a couple lighter beers to kind of wash off that heavy flavor. I think it would do a good job of doing that too.
Yeah, I agree.
What about you, Mark?
It's just a tasting for me.
Yeah, just the citrus is way too much.
Yeah, and like, again, I'm not 100% against citrus, but it's just a little too far into the unpleasant category for me.
Jack's result was, I liked this beer. It was simple, nothing too crazy, not really in my preferred styles, but still very good. He gave it a pint as well. So I think Jack was right in the same wheelhouse as us there.
Yeah.
The next one that we're going to go to is going to be a hazy IPL made with Galaxy and Kashmir hops. That comes in at 6.5% ABV, and this is a collaboration with The Wilderness and Modern Times beer.
I love Modern Times. They're known for sour beer and stouts. So
Okay.
they're they make everything. I'm sure they make some great IPAs that I'm unfamiliar with, but I know them for sour offerings. I think Michael Thomasmeyer had worked with them a little on sour.
Yeah,
right?
he did a lot of consulting when they were developing the recipes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm scrolling and trying to find the. Sorry about that.
You know what I forgot to do?
What?
Take a picture of Tropic Like It's Hot.
To be honest,
there's more.
Just
in here.
about
We can
the
take a picture
same.
later.
It's about the same color as the one that we're pouring out right now.
Yeah, we can take a picture later. We have more in the can.
Try this.
We'll do it in post. Sound all professional and
That's
shit.
right. Fix it in post.
Take a picture and then dump it.
Exactly. If it wasn't 10.4%, I would drink it, but I'm not going to be tacking that onto my current tally.
I'm sorry. I misquoted Jack before. Yeah. His last review was for the one that we are going to be drinking now.
Okay.
His review for Tropic Like It's Hot was, this was a family favorite from my sister-in-law and mother who do not drink beer, my father who usually prefers wine to beer, and my brother who is a super West Coast hophead. It's a bit much, and I enjoyed it, but I think a pint is all I could really do.
That was for the.
That was for Tropic Like It's Hot.
Okay.
So for this one, he also gave it a pint, but he felt that this one was simple, nothing really too crazy. So I think we can try and make it.
What's interesting, Jack, is I'd like you to write back in, because if you say this is like, maybe because this particular one's an IPL, maybe that's why maybe it's a little too bitter. I assumed that he was, like the New England IPA was like his wheelhouse, so I would have assumed that this one was his wheelhouse too. But we'll have to check it out.
Have you had any yet?
No, I took a little sip, a little sniff of it, and it definitely has more, I would say, West Coast bitter aroma than the previous one, but it's still in the neighborhood of a New England IPA as far as being somewhat tropical.
But like, to me on the aroma, it's more like gym sock.
It definitely has a certain quality to it.
I know, like a lot of tropical fruits, that is a component of it, but it definitely seems more forward than fruitiness on the aroma on this one.
Yeah, I would almost like very borderline say like a slight funk somewhere in the background.
I'm not getting a whole lot out of this one.
This is extremely bitter. Which again, it's an IPL. I think an Imperial Pale Lager reads like, when I read that, I hear more bitterness than
right. When I see IPL, I'm like, no, thank you.
Moving on.
What else you got?
For me, I'm tasting this, and I get a little bit of that citrus flavor to it, but it's definitely much less pronounced than the last one that we had.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as fruit juicy as Tropic.
Perhaps if we had flip-flopped this, I might be proclaiming how citrusy it is, but after the last one, it's just so much less than that.
Yeah.
And considering it's trying to be in this, it's not that they're related, but that they're trying to be in the similar style. It's just not there.
Yeah, they're definitely going for the same neighborhood of flavors.
Yeah, but with the Tropic, it's turned up to 11, and this one is much more reasonable.
It's a 3.
Yeah. I think it's okay, but it's not really all that exciting to me.
It's funny, we talked about Northern Brewer recently. Cashmere is a cross between Cascade and Northern Brewer.
So Northern Brewer has its own hop?
No, Northern Brewer is a hop variety.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought, isn't Northern Brewer the homebrew
Yes.
Yeah,
supply that was
as well.
purchased by
ABM Bev
ABM?
Homebrew, yeah.
Right?
Well, it was bought by ZX Ventures, which is some arm of ABM Bev.
So apparently the flavor on Cashmere is most unusual, definitely the crowd favorite. Tropical coconut, peach, and tangerine filled out the aroma, while a similar flavor profile paired with coconut, melon, tangerine, and lemongrass. I'm getting more of the lemongrass out of this than anything else, I think. Tangerine and lemongrass kind of mixed together, I think, is a good description of what I'm tasting.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you're not trying to, scrape your tongue with a straight edge?
Well, because I don't think it's a really intense flavor.
Yeah, I know, but, as far as Justin goes,
Lemongrass is brutal.
Yeah.
the mead that we were bottling earlier, I had the thought, I've got all this lemongrass growing outside. Maybe I'll add some of that as well to go along with the lime
Mark
and the ginger.
Scooped his heart out with a spoon.
Adult one.
We're like, thanks for the gift. Just throw it on the ground. No, I mean, I'm getting used to these flavors from judging IPAs in basically every competition because I have an entry into all the other shit.
Right, exactly.
So I'm getting a lot more used to, my palate is getting used to tasting it. I'm not enjoying it more, but I'm more appreciating the balance that's being able to be created in some beers. The balance in me for this one is a little bit too much in that area. It's hard for me to say a pint, but I'm pretty sure I could drink a pint of this. I would want to finish the pint, but at the end, this would 100% be the last pint of it that I drank. There would be no going back to it.
Yeah.
One and done.
Yeah.
What about you, Mark?
It's a very well done beer, though.
This is another tasting for me. It's just not. It's not in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get pine too. A little bit of pine, which kind of makes a little sense with the Cascade / Northern Brewer situation.
Yeah. I think for me, it's kind of well.
It's just definitely an unpleasant, and it's probably from the Northern Brewer, like an unpleasant aftertaste.
I want more sip from it.
I don't dig it.
Yeah, as I have it, I'm liking it less. But it's still for the style that it is.
Excuse me while I'm up at the rest of this.
Well, listen, if we ever needed to make a T-shirt, that needed to be it. Excuse me while I'm up at the rest of this.
Pardon me while I'm up at this.
But I think it's advertised perfectly for what it is. You know what I mean? I think that unlike other beers we have where we're kind of expecting something and getting something else, this is what I expected to get from it. It's not my jam.
I think for me, I was kind of torn between the pint and the taster.
I prefer raspberry.
And I'm kind of leaning more towards the taster of it. It's not a preferred style, and the flavors to me aren't so particularly enjoyable that I want to have more of it.
Right.
I think in a flight, I'd be okay with it, but more than that, I'm not really too excited about it. Now, the next two that we have are the sour offerings, the tart saison and the cereal. Those I'm much more interested in.
Yeah, I'm especially interested in this tart saison because of the lemon drop hops. You're combining with, you're setting me up with a hop that I'm not necessarily super excited about, but a style that I really, really, really enjoy.
Right.
I mean, there's very few saisons, especially across the breadth of them. And saisons are such a wide category.
Yeah.
No matter what type of saison it is, whether it's a young saison or something that has some funk to it, I tend to really enjoy them.
Yeah, saisons are definitely a style that all three of us enjoy, and we're always seem to be excited to go back to it.
I mean, it bears mentioning all three of these beers being based on the style. They've all been essentially the same, with this latest Saison being the lightest in color. I mean, this is essentially a straw color with a slight bit of haze, a really thick white head. The other ones were essentially New England IPAs, partially hazy and probably more golden than this one is. And the same thing, all the beers have had a very thick white head on them.
Yeah, this one's is even paler than the other two, which
this is full straw.
Yeah, it's very pale. Still has some haze to it.
Yeah, you would expect from a Saison.
Definitely has like a little
lemon.
Yeah, it's got a little funk on the nose too.
Yeah, see, I dig lemon and funk together. Okay, I think that rounds out the pithiness. I like lemon. I don't like the pith, and it tends to.
I hate the pith.
Most of the time that you get, especially an IPA with a lemon style to it, you have that pithiness. This is going to have sort of the lemon like zest.
Yeah, like I like citrus.
Yeah.
I hate pith.
Oh man, the funk! I can't wait to taste this. Oh man, this is good stuff.
Yeah, I think this is more of what we're always looking for when we see something that's citrusy.
This is the good citrus. Yeah. Like it's got the nice, sharp like acidity kick to it, but it doesn't have that pithiness that just like clings to my mouth.
It feels like smells like your hand. It smells like lemons. Like it has that lemon kind of aroma to it. Almost like just if you've been working with them, and just like just the oil has gotten on your hands. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Mark's looking at me like, no. But if you ever chop any kind of volume of fruit, oranges, like whatever,
limes, yes, like
limes. You chop a whole bunch of limes, and then your hands smell like limes for the next day, and you're just walking around looking like you're
you've grilled your hands. Your hands are bleeding, but they still smell like lime.
Exactly. But that's kind of like the same feeling. Like it smells like lemon oils, not the rest of it. And the taste comes through too, and it's really, really enjoyable. I like it a lot.
I want some of the yeast they use to make this, because a lot of this character we're getting is from the yeast, and it's however they fermented this, it was magic, because the funk plays so well with the hoppiness of it.
It's magic.
Yeah, just that right little bit of tart and funk in there. And this one is only 5.5% alcohol, so much more drinkable, like in that sense.
3 more beers, we can get Mark to karaoke. I'm fucking sure of it.
Actually, you know what?
This is really good though, honestly. Like it's got that nice tartness too. It's very good all around.
Really, it's very well rounded.
So here's Jack's notes for it.
He has
it listed as 4.2%, even though the can says 5.5. Pardon me.
Trying to sandbag us.
Yeah, I think so.
Are we bowling?
A traditional farmhouse saison recipe that was allowed to build acidity in the kettle, mimicking. Ooh, so.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Jesus Christ! This has basically become the body function episode. We have people emptying their noses, people emptying their bowels. Like this is. Holy Christ!
So sorry, everybody. So sorry, 6 people that listen.
You took a shit in your pants?
Yes, Justin emptied his bowels.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did.
You said somebody emptied their bowels.
I know what I said.
Anyway, this ale was kettle soured. Includes a combo of local Sonoran white wheat and dry hopped with Citra and lemon drop hops. Original name derived from the nature preserve located in Maricopa County, Arizona. However, we are excited to tie in Audubon, Arizona this year. We had collaboration with the
campsite Audubon.
Yay! Super tasty saison. Jack has this as a pint.
I figured this would be a pint for him.
I can see how he would put this as a pint. I think for me this has to be at least a bomber, maybe creeping up to a growler on the right situation, but probably a bomber for me.
I will also go bomber. I love this beer. This is one of those cases that I think this flavor is fairly overwhelming to the palate. And I think that a bomber is, because how much I love funk, a bomber is appropriate.
Yeah.
But I like to meet somebody that could drink a growler of this.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. It's definitely a solid bomber for me. Like 2 glasses of this, I enjoy for sure. After that, I'd probably be looking for something else.
Yeah.
To taste. But yeah, it's really good. Definitely enjoyed it. And yep.
Yeah, I think after the second one, you would probably just need a glass of water just to unpucker the mouth a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this is probably also something similar to the Tropic like a tot, where if you were eating something, probably not necessarily fatty, but like if you were just eating anything,
yeah,
you'd be able to move through a lot of this beer.
Yeah,
just having a counterpoint to the flavor.
This would definitely pair well with any food, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is great. This is so far is the winner of the episode. The last one that we have has a great name, Admiral Gravitas.
It might be the chicken dinner.
It could be, but it's from Blue Owl Brewing out of Austin, Texas, which is one of those towns that I kind of want to go visit.
I really, really want to go. If it were closer to Dallas, which it means nowhere near Dallas,
right?
If it were closer, I would go because I have friends in Dallas.
I will say, after being to Dallas a few times for tournaments, Dallas sucks.
Yeah, it's not a great place.
I've only been to Houston.
It's got to be. I understand.
It's very different.
I understand Dallas is like a driving city. Like you need to be able to like drive.
It's like LA. Dallas is like southern LA.
Yeah, it's like spread out and like I haven't been outside of like the downtown area, so maybe I'm just the wrong area. But like I understand like Arlington is a bit more fun, or like what is it, Fort Worth is also like
that's where I have a very very good friend that lives in Fort Worth.
But being stuck without a car like in the downtown area of Dallas,
no good.
Is fucking boring as hell.
Not a lot going on.
Yeah,
a lot of office buildings.
Yeah, a lot of office buildings. And, of course, the one giant convention center that I know the inside of very well.
Well, that's like going to Monroeville, Pennsylvania. I think it's very similar.
Yeah.
All right. So this was it's just a sour? Is that the deal?
Oatmeal sour.
Right. Jack gave this to us on Black Friday. I really appreciate this. Jack actually told me he bought this because he knows how much I love oatmeal stouts and how much I like them.
Okay.
It's like much appreciated that this was a late addition to this episode. I'm excited to drink this. I love sour beers and I love oatmeal stouts. I know that everyone else here likes oatmeal stouts and obviously loves sours, but I've been particularly interested in it. It's
We'll see how much the acid was in this.
I hate you and everything you stand for. 9% alcohol, 58 IBUs, which, I mean, if you're going by, style, which a sour imperial stout isn't exactly a style, is way outside the style of an oatmeal stout, but I'm imagining the sour sort of eat. Although 58 IBUs for a sour is pretty high. I'm wondering if it's a kettle sour.
I like the bottle. I like the label. It's kind of got the effect of it like being a shirt with like the epaulets on it and like the fancy epaulets on it.
I was thinking of like a Cub Scout hat, honestly.
Oh,
with all the pins on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing the button shirt and then the shoulders with like the fringed shoulder pads on it.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Have you smelled this?
No.
I'd like to hear you describe this. It's bizarre. The smell is extremely strange to me. And aggressive.
It's not right. My nose is
I don't find this aggressive.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, my nose hurts. I'm not even exaggerating. It's like the side of like my left nostril.
I definitely don't have that at all.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's got. I haven't had a sip yet, but it has to have some bite to it. It has to.
It's tingly.
I get like sour and chocolate on the nose. Not much else.
That's what I get on the flavor, and it's pretty good. I mean, the sour is. I'm wondering. Oh yeah, there's definitely some hoppiness that's like kind of fighting the sour. But say hoppiness, no, bitterness, not hoppiness.
Yeah,
the
hop bitterness definitely lingers on into the aftertaste.
Yeah. And it honestly it fights with the sour. It kind of turns the sour into something refreshing, but not like it's not refreshing anymore once it gets into it. Yeah.
I have a really weird experience with this beer right now.
I agree. It's
kind of like
they fight with each other.
It's like stuck on the sides of my tongue. Like sometimes, if you eat like too many Sour Patch Kids or something like that, or sour candy, and you kind of get that like tingly on the side of your tongue. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do. Did you eat Sour Patch Kids? The thing you did?
No.
Oh, we show you a lot of those.
So kind of like on the, if you're picturing like roundness of a tongue, like 3/4 of the way down, and like on the sides, it's just like tingling as I drink this, and it's creating this weird effect. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's
here.
definitely got like
kind of like I look like a dog that got that like kind of like sniffed something that doesn't like.
You got some pricklies in your tongue.
It's definitely got a weird lingering palate sensation.
Or I've got peanut butter stuck in my jowls. I don't know.
It's an odd beer. This is odd. It's very outside of the ordinary. It's a very rare occurrence that we drink something and we're like, this is very different than all the other things we had.
Yeah, I mean, I get like the sour. It tastes kind of like a kettle sour where you get that little bit of.
Mark hasn't even had any in a minute. He took for milk.
But it's not 100% pleasing. Not really enjoying it that much.
I'll be honest, I'm not going to finish the sample I poured myself.
I think if it wasn't soured, I'd probably enjoy the base.
I can't even discern that.
But I don't. What?
I enjoy the base. I can't separate it. It's Cthulhu attacking. It really is.
It's a weird lingering palate sensation. I can't do it.
Yeah, I just thought this one is not. It's a bit odd. It's a bit odd. Great name, but just a bit odd in the flavor of it and the sensation that it's producing in my mouth. It's not pleasing in the sense.
We don't have anything from Jack on this one, if that's what you're checking.
I was double checking. Yeah, there's nothing on that one?
No.
Okay, right.
I would.
He
Yeah, he didn't get to have this. I would love for him to have this. I think his head might fold in half. It's interesting. I don't have as aggressive of a hatred that Mark seems to have, but I can't wrap my head around it.
I don't hate it, but it's just unpleasant. Like I don't want to finish the sample.
If you gave this to me, and I'm not in any way saying there are any off flavors in it, I think that it's exactly as described. I think it's a very sour oatmeal stout.
Yes.
I just think that if I were judging this beer, it would be difficult at best, even if I knew it was a sour oatmeal stout.
Right.
I award you no points.
Hey, God have mercy on your soul.
Would you call this lactic or acetic? That's the kind of thing I'm going through in my head.
Now I got to taste it again.
This was half the game I was playing, but
nice slow play on that.
So for those
it has both.
While you're ruminating. So for those who don't know, so a lactic sourness is something along the lines of a sour candy. Yeah. And acetic sourness is from.
It's definitely got some vinegar in there.
Vinegar, and I'm getting more vinegar, which I tend to like with funk. So like when you have Brettanomyces or the saison that we had before, probably had some mild Brettanomyces.
Yeah, but it doesn't have that. It doesn't have any funk.
No, there's no Brettanomyces funk. So we're combining lactic acid with acetic acid together, and it's not helping. They're not helping each other.
No.
Yeah, I think that is a really. After listening to you say that and trying another sip, I think that's a really good assessment of it. It tastes kind of like sour candy with white vinegar. In an oatmeal stout.
Both those acids can be balanced together very well in a tasty way.
Right.
This is not one of those.
This just isn't it. Yeah.
I can't say I've ever had anything where those were the only two flavors, though. Like, typically, you're going to get a blend of that funk in there that sort of, I think, melds lactic and acetic together. I don't know that I've ever had anything that was so clearly only lactic and acetic without any buffer from a Brettanomyces character.
No, but, like, you know, the funky cider I made, that's acetic and lactic. It does. It's got some funk in there, too. It definitely does. But, like, it's... Like, mostly the flavor on it is lactic and acetic acid.
No, I understand what you're saying. You're right. That's a fair point. I also think that there's obviously, because it's a cider, it has malic acid in there as well.
Yeah, right.
It's probably helping meld things together.
Yeah, right. It's got that third acid.
Yeah, this is a bit.
But you know what I like about this?
I was going to say, don't pour it into there for me, because don't expect me to be drinking that.
It's a rare occurrence we have anything that is entirely outside the bounds of anything we've had before.
Yeah, I will give you that.
And this isn't again, I think as a general consensus, we'll get to our ratings. I don't think we necessarily want to drink more of this, but I think it's as advertised. I don't think this is a terribly made beer. I just think that potentially it doesn't, the components don't match up for our palates. It's not as if there's something epically wrong with it.
No, I agree with that as well.
No, yeah, it's just I'm not trying to say there's anything wrong with it. I'm just it's not my jam.
Yeah, this falls firmly in the category of not personal preference.
Funny, but no.
But not our personal preference, but still well done.
I have a cap for this because I'm gonna take this and torture Greg with it later.
There you go.
Bring me okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the cap and like the owl on there is pretty cool. It reminds me of the owl from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I looked at it briefly and it seemed
Gamma Mora or something like that. Yeah.
So let's get down to rating.
I think this would be. I'm sure there are people out there that would really, really enjoy this beer, and
I think one of those people.
I think we just happen to be three people that it's not in his wheelhouse. For me, I'm going to go with a taster. I would not want to drink a whole pint of it. I think I would be really forcing myself the second half of that pint to drink it.
I was leaning towards pint, like you said. That it's true. I would be forcing myself to finish a pint, and mostly because I appreciate the idea and I appreciate the concept of how it was made. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go taster on it, kind of begrudgingly. Like typically, tasters for me are like that's what it is. I think it's a better made beer than a
things
taster.
will never
It's just not hitting
change.
me.
Well, I think we've always been fair about saying like if it's a quality issue, we'll address it as a quality. If we think it's a quality issue, we'll address it as a quality issue. But this is not. I don't think this is not that situation.
No.
You know, I think we're always really clear about that. It's not a quality. Like the very few times. This is what episode 100 something.
This is at least 112, if not more.
So in 100 plus episodes, in 100 and a dozen episodes, we've maybe come across quality issues like twice, 3 times. You know, like it's not usually quality.
It's
usually just your personal preference.
Yeah,
in this case, it's our personal preference, not our thing.
Exactly. There's nothing qualitatively wrong with it. It's just not pleasing to me. And that's why it's a taster for me as well, because I can't even finish the sample I poured myself.
Yeah. I think that's about it. I think that really sums it up. That Saison, though, was just...
That was the star of the show. I mean...
Yeah, really the one to go with. I like that. Justin's gonna...
You can come up with the rest of it?
Do you want more? Because I'll give you more. I'm not going to steal it. There's plenty in here. It's like half a can.
No.
I'd like some more stuff.
Oh, you just wanted to say about it again?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Like one more.
You know.
Yeah, that's fine. There's plenty in there.
The callback and all that.
Yeah. How many comes in 3?
Comedic
reference. In brackets, comedic reference.
Oh, thank you, Justin.
No problem. I figured that wasn't going to happen.
I would have, but I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now you have the AIDS.
Of the 3 of us, I think awesome. Listen, here's one of the things I know about myself. I don't get sick. It really doesn't happen.
There you go. Good for you. Probably from what you just did. Inoculate yourself from the inside out.
Exactly.
You have every disease known to man.
If we cure any one of them, you will
so
die.
Hold on. What you're trying to say is that I don't get sick.
You're Mr. Burns.
I'm just sick all the time.
You have every disease known to man, but they can't all fit through the door at once.
All right. Well, if you've ever had anything...
So what you're saying is I'm invincible.
Thanks.
No, actually, even the slightest breeze could... I'm invincible.
So if you've ever had anything from the Wilderness or Blue Owl or even the beer company?
The beer shop.
The beer
Wait,
shop.
there were 3? You sure there were 3? I'm just kidding. This is a callback to when I was a moron.
Yeah.
Episodes.
You know, if you've had anything from these guys or girls or whoever's working there, everybody who's working there, please let us know. Tell us if you've had these beers and if you enjoy them, or if you've had other stuff from them that we should seek out and try as well.
Absolutely. Right? And again, I mean, I feel like we say it every time we record, but thank you very much, Jack. We really appreciate, thinking about us when you're literally across the country buying beer.
Yeah. And best of luck to you up there in Austin.
Yeah. Don't get cold.
In Massachusetts. All right. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
If you enjoyed Beertastic Voyage, please be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to review and rate us. The guys can be found online at www.beertasticvoyage.com, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/beertasticvoyage, and Twitter and Instagram at Beertastic Show, or send them a good old-fashioned email at beertasticvoyage@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers for local beers.
I was holding it in for a long time.
I was going to say, I'm like, that was a good one.